Let me clear my throat.
What is going on, everybody? Author Stephen Walton here. Now, normally I try not to cover other YouTubers, try and make my own content, and I don't really make videos like this much anymore. But I gotta give a shout out to Geeks+Gamers. Jeremy Griggs over there had a live stream last night that was taken down by Naughty Dog, and it's very important. When something like this happens, when false flagging happens, when silence is enforced, when your opinion is not valid to repurposers, creators, people in the gaming sphere or in the movie or television sphere, you know, they do their best to ignore critics, to not only ignore and silence critics, but to shame them. Keep them quiet, because as we know, from the time of Gamergate moving forward, from Comicsgate into the Fandom Menace era, it's all about the industry pushing a narrative and then silencing their critics, shaming their critics. And last night, Jeremy Griggs on his channel Geeks+Gamers had a live stream where they were discussing a video game by Naughty Dog, The Last of Us 2, and they were showing no images, they were showing nothing copyright claimable. They were just discussing their views on this game, and they were taken down by a copyright strike. And right here on Twitter, go follow Jeremy Prime at D-Day Cobra. It says, the Fandom Menace exists because of companies like Naughty Dog. The issues we address are far bigger than Lucasfilm and Star Wars. Everyone has the right to be heard. If you support silencing people's opinions, you are the problem. And that is exactly it. I've actually gotten into a few Twitter discussions today with some numbskull morons pushing the false narrative that we are just a Star Wars group against Kathleen Kennedy, and that is absolutely not. That is a false narrative. If you hear someone saying that, these are people who do not understand what the Fandom Menace is. The Fandom Menace stands for the right for you to have an opinion, for you to not be shamed or coerced, threatened, harmed, because you have an opinion that does not fit the preferred narrative of far leftists who work in the gaming sphere, in the television, in the movie sphere, and the comic sphere. Any professional industry that pushes their ideologies, the things that should be kept at home, things that should be kept, on lunch break discussions, and not something that should be influencing the art, something that most of the country does not want to hear. It's proven time and time again when movements like Gamergate, Comicsgate, the Fandom Menace come forward, that there is a large swath of the population, probably the overwhelming number of the population, who does not want this type of rhetoric, this extremist, horrible, bigoted garbage thrust into our entertainment, into our escapism. Now, I'm not going to get into the specifics of The Last of Us, because there's plenty of other videos where you can hear exactly what the grievances are about that. There are lots of people who have made videos on this. I want to give a shout out to That Umbrella Guy, who's made a video about this. Yellow Flash 2, also. The Quartering, hail to Jeremy Hambley. And as well as my friends, Drunk 3PO and Lethal Lightning also had something to say about this. They're part of the Geeks+Gamers team. They're also great people, and I've known them for at least a year now. And so go check out these videos. But I can't say it any better, really, the crux of this problem as it pertains to YouTubers than Jeremy, who gave permission for anyone to use a clip of his video. So here.
Hey, before I get into this video, absolutely, you have my permission to re-upload this video, as I'm told Naughty Dog is abusing the YouTube copyright system to remove any videos covering The Last of Us 2 leaks. I will go through multiple examples of it in this video, but I want to just let you know that I will fight any strikes, and I fully approve of you reposting my video.
Thank you to Jeremy Hambley. He's been a person out there who's been fighting for the right to have an opinion, fighting this kind of garbage entertainment for a long time. So please go check out these videos by these different individuals. As I said, I think this is a hill that we need to stand on, that we need to fight. I would implore any of my fans who have channels to make a video about this and just talk about it. Let's get it out there, because false flagging YouTubers, silencing our opinions, this is exactly what we fight against. Anybody out there in the chat, or anybody out there who might be watching this, please, if you're on social media, retweet this. Let's talk about this. I've heard a lot of people who enjoyed The Last of Us say that they're not going to support this game anymore if harassment and false flagging is going to be their MO when anyone has any type of critique about what they're pushing in their game, which from my perspective seems like, again, ideologically driven extremist propaganda being put in our escapism for the sake of doing so, beating you over the head with their fringe ideals. And this is something that we need to stand up against forever. The Fandom Menace's job is not done and has never been done. Doesn't matter that the sequel trilogy is over. There are still plenty of battles left to fight in many of our entertainments. But the one thing that the Fandom Menace, as I write it, as your historian, is we are fighting for the right to have an opinion. And this type of false flagging is someone trying to silence our opinion. Hail to my brothers and sisters out there in the chat. Wash your hands, wash your ass. Go support Geeks and Gamers and these wonderful YouTubers up here. Make videos of your own. Get the word out there that we will not be silenced. Hail! And be good to each other. Peace.
We will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish.